friends, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new here, and welcome to the first video in our moving series. This video is going to be taking place over a couple of days and will show me decluttering, cleaning and organizing the house ready to move, as well as dropping off some of those unwanted items to Vinnie's. So if you're keen for some much needed cleaning and organization motivation, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into the video.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking?
We are starting off in mine and Dave's room, and the first thing I'm going to do is duck around and do a little bit of dusting and just pick up a few bits and pieces that I had lying around, or pieces of home decor that I know that I'm going to tuck away to take down to our new house. So I'm going to put those in storage for now. And one of the other things I wanted to do was start taking down all of the command hooks that I've accumulated around the house. So I have quite a few in the bedroom to sort of hold our hats and to use as a little bit of a statement decor piece. And I was finding it very easy to remove the adhesive to the command hooks. However, every time I managed to do one, it would sort of fling up and hit me in the hand. So it was a bit of an aggressive experience and slightly time consuming, just taking the time to pull it down so that I'm not tearing off any paint from the walls, but definitely very satisfying to go around and get all of the walls nice and fresh and clean and start putting bits and pieces away.
Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. Forever.
I had already started accumulating a bag of clothing items in my cupboard that I knew I wanted to donate, and had periodically been looking through my wardrobe and moving a couple of pieces to the front of the hangers that I knew I was also going to add to that pile. I really just wanted to capitalize on wearing them a few last times while I was at school before giving them away. They are just things that I know I'm not going to wear now I'm not at work, and I feel like I went through a bit of a phase, particularly at the end of last year and maybe even start of this year, where I was doing a lot of thrifting with my family, and that was great because it provided me with sort of a whole new wardrobe for a relatively inexpensive price. But I also just feel like I was picking up a whole heap of things and trying to kind of fit into an aesthetic that I don't think is going to work for me now I'm moving into this new phase of life, being a mum, and sort of, you know, transitioning from my previous work into hopefully, you know, starting my own business and capitalizing on, you know, the online world and sort of my creative interests. So I feel like a wardrobe refresh is definitely in order, but for the moment I really just want to downsize and focus on, you know, wearing and loving the few pieces that I do have. While I'm in the room, I'm also going to take down the boxes that were on top of the wardrobe and just start pulling a few bits and pieces out of those that I think don't necessarily need to be in a box. Obviously, when we start unpacking the kitchen and packing that up, there's a lot of delicate items such as, you know, plates, bowls and cups that I feel like really would benefit from being in one of these more sturdy plastic tubs. So I'm removing all things that are unnecessary from the plastic tub world, so that I can set those two aside. And then I also put all of our hats in one of Dave's larger travel bags. And as you can see here on the side of the wardrobe, I also had a series of more command hooks that I'm going to take the time to remove. I also had one on the back of our door as well, so I will just delicately as possible take those down so I'm not snapping the plastic against my fingers, and put all of those in a little bit of a storage place in case we need to use command hooks in our new house to hang or store things as well.
Anywhere, somewhere, we won't be scared. You will see me flying high. I'm staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. I've been saving you. You save me too. Yeah, I need it. Don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and save you. Oh, oh. Call me anytime that you need a friend, and call me anytime when you're out of tight and you.
Now we're moving into the living room, and the first thing I'm going to do is very similar to what I did in our room, and that is to nip around and grab any home decor that doesn't necessarily need to be out anymore. So obviously our cane basket filled with throws, the 2 throw cushions, and then this sort of little situation I've got on the coffee table here with books and coasters in it. I also had one more command hook up on the wall which held our clock, so I'm going to go and grab those. And for the moment I'm using our spare room as sort of the packing command center, so I'm just going to take everything there and dump it there for the moment, and I'll come back and start organizing it. But this is honestly the highlight of this video and this experience for me. It was buying for the very first time, and I'm so excited about it, a carpet and upholstery cleaner. Now, if you are not new here, the lounge has been a saga. Even the carpet and upholstery cleaner has been a saga since there was an eBay scam. But thankfully, I managed to pick this little gem up from the Aldi middle aisle, and it was like so much cheaper compared to the ones I was looking at online, even though this is not necessarily a brand name, and I was looking at the Hoover Clean Slate. I honestly feel like it did such a good job. So I filled it up with clean water, and I started going over these 3 big cushions. The other pillows and cushions that I have on the lounge, I can actually remove the covers and wash them, but not these 3 ones that we sit on. I will admit, however, I probably should have had a better system when it comes to me cleaning these, because I left them on the lounge and was bending over cleaning them, which was really back-breaking work. And I went through and I did them all over once today, but then you'll see later in the video, the next day I go back and do them again, and even going back and doing them again, the water was absolutely putrid. So this is the water from the first time, but the water the second time was just as bad. So I might even need to do it a 3rd time. Now we are moving into the spare room, aka my current junk collection location, and I'm going to start sort of organizing these bits and pieces. So the home decor that I just went around and grabbed from different portions of the house, I'm going to start packaging that up, and then I'm also going to start collecting all of our sort of clothing / linen pieces that I've currently stored in here. They're very lightweight, but they do take up quite a bit of room. So I decided that I'm going to put those all in the boot of my car. Yes, it will mean that my boot will be out of action for a couple of weeks just while we're finalizing all of the new house stuff and getting ready to move. We haven't quite got our keys yet at this stage when I'm filming this, but I really just wanted to clear out a little bit of space and at least have one bootload of stuff that as soon as the house is ready to go, I can just take it straight down there and I'm able to start moving things in. I'm also trying to be very mindful of the fact that, you know, being quite pregnant, there's a lot of things that are big or bulky or heavy that I can't lift. So I'm just doing the best I can to kind of help out in this situation. And obviously Dave, with the help of family, will do majority of the work.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love, remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back, honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors.
Here is another large plastic tub that I had filled with a whole heap of baby clothes that I'm just going to maneuver into this other tub here, which I already had a heap of my clothes that currently do not fit me in it. And once again, I just wanted to be able to have as many tubs made available to us for kitchen/delicate items as possible. Obviously, it is perfectly fine for me to put all the baby things in this open tub, so I can have one more that I can use for kitchen. I also went back through this open tub and just checked out some of the baby things that were given to me secondhand by family members that I originally took but decided that I no longer needed. So I grabbed any of those bits and I've also set those aside in a different location in my car for donating. So I've been periodically over the last sort of month, I guess, making a collection of things that I want to donate to Vinnie's. So they have been slowly building up in my car, and as I'm going around and looking through things over these couple of days, I am adding to that donation collection as well. Okay, it is day number 2 of me cleaning, decluttering and packing, and as you just saw, the first thing I did was my second round of cleaning of our lounge, and that is significantly wet at the moment, so I'm just going to leave that to dry and zoom around the house and do some packing up of other areas. So the first area I did was in the kitchen, and now I'm am moving back into my spare room and I'm going to tackle the bookcase. I'm just going to start off by removing the 2 little boxes that I had on top of the bookcase, and then I'm going to grab one of the cardboard boxes that I managed to get from mum and dad. They had it set aside, and I'm going to start packing up some of my books. You guys will have already seen my October reset routine. However, I did film that after this video, so this video was filmed before, so I didn't want to go and fully pack up my bookcase, because if you're familiar with my reset routine videos, I do like to have a reading segment in those where I rate the books that I've read the month before and talk about my TBR for the upcoming month. So I wanted to keep the bookcase intact so I could have it as a background for that video, but there are obviously areas of the bookcase where you guys are not going to see, so I figured I'd make a start on the packing up, and one of those areas is these 2 drawers. So in the right hand drawer, which I've already cleaned out, is mostly sort of gym equipment, so resistant bands, ankle weights, little bits and pieces for our workout station, mini portable speakers, and then in this left hand side that I'm doing now, I've got all of my highlighters, pens, notebooks, and then other random things, including my like incense, sage, camera battery chargers, and all of that business. And then this bottom row of books that I'm weaving through now is all of the books on my bookcase that I haven't yet read. So I figured what I would do prior to packing those up in a box is just pick out the couple that I would like to have as my October videos. So you can see my October TBR is right there, but if you would like to hear more about my September reads and a little bit of a blurb and preamble for these 4 October reads, make sure you go back and watch my October reset routine if you haven't checked it out already.
Like strangers again. Oh, I know things will never be the same. Like strangers again. Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the...
It is now the final day of cleaning and decluttering for this video, and one of the first things I'm going to do is change over the bed, but I'm also going to change over our doona insert. So the one I've got on currently is a wool doona. However, I'm finding that it's really actually not providing a lot of winter warmth, and the times where I've cleaned it previously, all the wool starts clumping together. So I'm actually going to donate this, and then I'm also going to fold up our winter crocheted blanket, which my sister made for me, and I'm going to put that away as well so that we can take it down to our new house. And then in my suitcase up the top of the cupboard, which I wanted to get down anyway, is our spring summer blanket, and that is a bamboo one. So I'm going to put that on the bed now, and this is what my room looks like after it's all been decluttered. And then the final thing I'm going to declutter is I'm actually going to get rid of this rug. It was a wool rug, and I just found that it didn't last the test of time. It became very worn out. The tassels on the end were not a great idea, so I have removed that from the living room, and I've actually put that in the donations pile as well. The final area I'm going to tackle in this video is the laundry. So once again, I have a few more command hooks that I need to remove. 2 of them came down quite easily, but this third one, for whatever reason, just absolutely snapped on me and I wasn't able to get it down. So I do need to Google a safe way to remove the adhesive from the command hook without ripping down any paint from the wall. I also grabbed a Woolies bag, and I'm just going to start packing up and organizing the things that we've got in this second laundry tub. And I've gone through and just created a pile of things that were actually just rubbish, essentially, that I'm going to put in the bin. And then I'm going to use a second Woolies bag to package up all of my kind of laundry products that I've got here on this shelf. But this is pretty much going to wrap up part 1 of our moving series videos. Make sure that you subscribe and stick around, because obviously we've got the full move and also empty house tour and a whole heap of decorating videos yet to come in the latter part of this year. If you liked today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below. I put out new videos every single week. With that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.